explanation. The OSI allows you to identify threats across your entire tech stack. The OSI model has been used for decades to help IT experts understand networking and troubleshoot issues that may arise at any stage in the networking process. Example of OSI model: application, transportation, network, data link, and physical. Why does the OSI matter? The Open System Interconnection OSI modellas define the common terminology used in networking discussions and documentation. This allows you to talk a very complex communications process apart and evaluate its components.
Ashley Bonifacio and Jessica Apostol explanation. Presentation layer is the layer of the ISO Open Systems Interconnection OSI model that establishes context between application layer entities, in which the higher layer entities may use different syntax and semantics if the presentation service provides a mapping between them. Ang trabaho ang presentation layer ay assure na ang lahat ang information na isasend out ay mababasa at tatanggapan ang ibang system. The session layer. This layer allows users on different machines to establish active communication sessions between them. It is responsible for establishing, maintaining, synchronizing, terminating sessions between end-user applications. Ang session layer naman ay nagmamanage, nagsisynchronize upang magkaroon ang active communication. Transport layer provides transparent transfer of data between end users, providing reliable data transfer services to the upper layers. The transport layer controls the reliability of a given link through flow control, segmentation and desegmentation, and error control. Ang transport layer naman ay nag-accept o kumukuha ang information or data sa session layer para maipadala sa ibang maliliit na units. Data link layer provides the functional and procedural means to transfer data between network entities and to detect and possibly correct errors that may occur in the physical layer. The data link layer is the protocol layer in a program that handles the moving of data into and out of a physical link in a network. Data link layer naman ay taga-detect ang possible errors na maaring makapekto sa physical layer.
Francheska Flores explanation. What is HEP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol is a protocol that allows you to retrieve resources like files. It is the basis of any data interchange on the internet. It is the basis of any data interchange on the internet, and it is a client-server protocol, meaning that requests are started by the recipient, which is commonly the web browser. The different sub-documents fetched, such as text, layout description, photos, videos, scripts, and more, are combined to form a complete document. Is a connectionless text-based protocol. Client web browsers send requests to web servers for web elements such as web pages and images. Components of based systems. Based system components is a client-server protocol in which any entity, the user agent or a proxy, sends requests to the server on its behalf. The user agent or a proxy sends requests to the server on its behalf. The user agent is typically a web browser, but it can be anything, such as a robot that crawls the web to populate and maintain a search engine. Index of the engine. The user agent client. Any instrument that acts on behalf of a user is called a user agent client. This is the primary responsibility of this position. Other options include engineer-specific software. The server for serving the document which the client have requested. A server appears as only a virtually in one machine. This is due to the fact that it could actually be a collection of servers sharing the load, or a sophisticated piece of software that interrogates other computers such as a cache or a database server, or e-commerce servers, creating the document on demand in whole or in part. Proxies. Processes operating at the application layers are generally called proxies. These can be transparent, forwarding on the requests they receive without altering them in any way, or non-transparent, in which case they will. FTP File Transfer Protocol. An FTP server is a computer program that is built to handle data transfer between computers. The server waits for clients to connect to it and issue commands that tell the server to upload, download, or list directories. The FTP protocol is the commands theft server uses to accomplish this. List of raw FTP commands Saber aboard a file transfer. Could change working directory, delete a remote file, list remote files, return the modification time of a file. Make a remote directory, name list of remote directory, send password.
Arwin Coleta. SMTP Fundamentals is an application layer protocol. The client wants to send the mail, opens a TCP connection to the SMTP server, and then sends the mail across the connection. SMTP is a set of communication guidelines that allow software to transmit an electronic mail over the internet is called Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. The SMTP server is always on listening mode. SMTP acronym. This is a good way to remember what SMTP does by looking at the acronym SMTP. S sending mail to top people. Transmission Control Protocol (TCP) is a standard that defines how to establish and maintain a network conversation through which application programs can exchange data. TCP works with the Internet Protocol IP, which defines how computers send packets of data to each other. How Transmission Control Protocol works is a connection-oriented protocol, which means a connection is established and maintained until the application programs at each end have finished exchanging messages. It determines how to break application data into packets that networks can deliver, sends packets to and accepts packets from the network layer, manages flow control, and because it is meant to provide error-free data transmission. UDP Userus, a communications protocol that is primarily used for establishing low-latency and loss-tolerating connections between applications on the Internet. It speeds up transmissions by enabling the transfer of data before an agreement is provided by the receiving party. UDP is beneficial in time-sensitive communications, including Voice over Internet Protocol (VoIP), Domain Name System DNS lookup, and video or audio playback. UDP is an alternative to Transmission Control Protocol (TCP). Difference between UDP and TCP is a connection-oriented protocol, whereas UDP is a connectionless protocol. A key difference between TCP and UDP is speed, as TCP is comparatively slower than UDP. Overall, UDP is a much faster, simpler and efficient protocol. However, retransmission of lost data packets is only possible with TCP. UDP is used for traffic that doesn't suffer much if a packet is dropped, that is video and voice streaming, some data channels of online games, etc. TCP is used for traffic that you need all the data for, i.e. HTML, pictures, etc. The Internet Protocol (IP) is a protocol or set of rules for routing and addressing packets of data so that they can travel across networks and arrive at the correct destination. Data traversing the Internet is divided into smaller pieces, called packets. IP information is attached to each packet, and this information helps routers to send packets to the right place. Every device or domain that connects to the Internet is assigned an IP address, and as packets are directed to the IP address attached to them, data arrives where it is needed.